Man. Yeah. See, we all got them in the neighborhood. But you know what, man? They need to be exterminated. I'll give you a quick story. I just never forget it. Never forget it. Something like, something like Taking Back of the Neighborhood. It just never, in a million years, I just never seen it, Probably will never see it again. I'm in my neighborhood, right? It's a beautiful day. And you got the neighborhood, dope heads, man, and you got the neighborhood hustlers. And the neighborhood I grew up in, it was like, when I was little, probably like 10, all the way, like from a youngster all the way to 10, it was a lot of old heads that had a lot of guidance. They was kind of like some mentors, you know what I mean? They really actually looked out for the neighborhood. And we had this hustle, this hustler. I'm not gonna say no names or nothing like that, man. And basically, man, he was trying to sell anything and everything. He didn't give a care if you had, man, I didn't think he would care if you had diapers on, man. If you had the money, he'll sell it to you. So, one of the old heads on the block, man, it was a lot of them, at least about 10 of them, but they all had their little rounds or whatever, and they always watched out for the neighborhood and the kids and the youngsters, and they always made sure that we, we was Gucci. I wish we had more old heads like that now, like teaching these youngsters out here how to, do something. One of the old heads, man, he was like, hey, what y'all kids doing? And it was like, oh, we just want to go do this, but we got to go around the corner and go pick up something for Earl. I'm just going to call him Earl, the drug, the hustler. He said, what? He said, what'd he give you? Mind you, man, Earl, man, he didn't care, man. He gave us like a 40 ball, man, to give to one of his partners, man, because he was taking care of some stuff in the car. He didn't want to move. He was just right upstairs, Old head, he took the 40 ball. He said, hey, man, here's $20. Y'all go get some ice cream and da-da-da. Man. Something told me to go back, man. I left something, man. I think I left my hat or something, man. I don't know. But I came back. And when I came back, man, it was like at least about 7 old heads, man, stumping the hell out of Earl. You hear me? My name is Earl. Hey, man, they stumped the hell out of him, man. I mean, like, and when every time they was kicking him, they was like, you fucked up. You fucked up, right? And they was just on his head, man. And it was just like, and one of them was like, man, we don't bring that bullshit around here. What'd I tell you? I mean, they were welling out on him. And that was what it was. It was like, they was kind of like, the neighborhood watch though, but they was looking out though. And we don't have that no more. We never did. We did, but it was like, what happened to them? They either getting dead, end up dying or end up going off or, it's just, I kind of, like I said, I was young though, but I really thank them old heads because, I ended up growing, moving around, but I just would never forget that story. I never forget that though. You got this hustler and he's selling everybody in the neighborhood. And, these OGs wasn't having it. And like he was traveling from different blocks and so like just trying to make his ends meet. Hey, man, that was the wrong neighborhood, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. And I never forget it, Melly Mel, my old head, man. Hey, I'm telling you, man, OG Melly Mel was just one of the ones, though. It wasn't that selling nothing over there. I mean, if he was some candy or something, but I'm telling you, he was even paranoid about that, just like, man, it wasn't none of that. Like, hey, and it was a bunch of them, though, just running around, though. You know, and they just wasn't having it, though. They wasn't having none of that. They was on the block like, hey, when the kids get out of school, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you got your homework? You know what I'm saying? They was one of them old heads. They was just real, they was cool, though. You know what I'm saying? Type of old heads, though, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? You got a lot of single mothers. So, you know, they need a grass cut, you know. They need something done or something like that, or, you know, somebody to pick up you know what I'm saying, one of the kids and stuff like that. I mean, they was like real trustworthy. Everybody in the neighborhood kind of knew them. I never forget these old heads too, though. Like these muscles everywhere, muscles on their teeth, you know. OG Melly Mel, yeah, Melly Mel had one of them noises, man. Yeah, I mean, he used to just like yell out loud, like, "You hear me? Did you understand me?" I mean, like he would say that like so loud. I don't know, like he was just kind of like a. Swear to God, I think he wanted to go to the army though, you know what I'm talking about? But you know what I'm saying, he couldn't make it. Shit, he couldn't stop, you know what I'm saying? There's other things though, but Melly Mel he was a cool dude, man. Cool dude. You know what I'm saying? Give you a shirt off his back. And then ask for it right back. Nah, he was a smooth operator though, and I'm trying to tell you though, I mean, hey, when it came down to like being like a gentleman, when it came down to like smooth operator, like just knowing how to like maneuver yourself at all times though, that's what he was. And that's what he was just one of them, like, he was sharp. I mean, he was sharp, man. Tell you, man, hey, and he stood out like a sore thumb though, and he just, you know, and he told me, and always told me, man, don't never bite your tongue, man, that shit hurts. So, man, hey, subscribe to the channel. This is Kimi. I thought I'd just give you this story about the note. Hey, we didn't tolerate that though. And I said, like a lot of these, you know what I'm saying, the neighborhood is gone. You could tell there wasn't no guy, and there ain't none of that no more. OG step out there talking about, you know what I'm saying, hey, y'all get away from my house, man, selling all that shit, man. He probably get his head, he would get his head on. Blown off, because these youngsters they don't care about, you know, neighborhood, the elderly, they don't care about nothing. But you know that always come with something though. Every time you bring chaos and drugs into the neighborhood, then that's what happens, man. You bring it down. Then that's what happens. What happens? What happens to the kids then? Because they eventually see it, and they eventually, it's two things they do. They end up hustling, selling this, or using it. That's what happens. Two things with it. They're going to sell it or they're going to hustle. And then, you know, what happens with that? Death or prison. See, that's what I'm saying. It's already set up, man. It's already set up. It was already set up, man. Subscribe to the channel. This is Kimi. I appreciate Melly Mel. Hey, Lord bless his soul. You know, hey, because he was 60 when I was like 10. So you know, so come on. You know, I know he's gone, but long gone his soul though. He was a real good, epic individual. I think last time I seen him, I was like, and I knew he was on his last leg though. He was old though. He was like in his late 70s. So, but you know one thing about it though, I mean, he took care of himself though all them years though. Cause I remember he only had one daughter, and he lost his wife. So he was like a real gentleman. But he was one of them, you know, saying don't cross me type gentleman though. You know, I mean, he'll show you the world, man. That's what he did to me, man. Like show me, you know what I'm saying, things I just didn't know. You know what I'm saying. How to use my brain first off, you know what I'm saying, like that was one thing he always taught me, you know what I'm saying, about that nugget. That's what life is about though. 60% that brain, 40% physical. I mean, I'm trying to tell you though, you could be as strong as Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm talking about strong as everything in the world though, but if you don't know how to use that nugget to maneuver that shit though, I'm telling you, that ain't gonna do nothing. I mean, hey, I'm trying to tell you, hey, Tom and Jerry, nigga, hey, the motherfucking mouse always won, though, because he always what? He always outsmart the motherfucking cat, though. The cat was bigger, okay, But the cat was just, he couldn't, and that was a whole brainstorm on that though. It was all about, man, hey, that mouse is small though, but he was out thinking that cat though. Subscribe to the channel. This is King Me, man. Hey, man. I hope start being that neighborhood watch though. Melly Mel. That was my guy. Real good guy, man. Real good guy. Pause. You can always tell evil. Always tell evil. Because it turns on itself.